So Hurricane Melissa left Jamaica and now it is making landfall in Cuba. And even though it downgraded and now it's a Category 3, it is still a deadly storm. And apparently over 700,000 people had to evacuate their home in Cuba and they had to seek shelter. So now we have to turn our attention to our brothers and sisters in Cuba, and our thoughts and prayers goes out to them. And we hope that there's no more death from this hurricane, because from what we're hearing, it's 7 so far. And I'm sure when the search and rescue starts in Jamaica, the numbers are going to go up. And as promised, I said after the hurricane that I would keep everyone up to date with what is going on in terms of the relief in Jamaica. And now we're just waiting for the airport to open. And then from what I'm seeing, there are people from all over the world, organizations from all over the world, and governments from all over the world ready to assist Jamaica in rebuilding. So it's the morning after the hurricane now, and search and rescue is on the way. Like government workers, they are out there searching for people in low-lying areas, places that experience landslide, and buildings that were compromised, to make sure that there's no more casualty, if they can save more lives from this devastating disaster in Jamaica. And from what I'm hearing also is that one of the priority is getting the airport, especially Montego Bay Airport, open, because Montego Bay is the larger of the airports in Jamaica. So Montego Bay Airport that sustained a lot of damage. We saw images of the airport flooding out. So that is priority. They want to get the airport up as soon as possible. If not today, I heard tomorrow would be the closest time that they could get it open, if they can't do it today, because they want to get emergency services in. They want to get all of those supplies that's coming from overseas, water, blankets, you name it, non-perishable items that are being donated from different countries around the world. And so that is the priority. And also, from what I'm hearing, over 25,000 tourists was stuck in Jamaica. They did not get out in time. So I'm sure their governments are going to prioritize getting them home, whether to America, Canada, United Kingdom. So that is what is happening now. And as the airport is, as they're waiting to get the airport open, I have some great news. Like I've been combing the internet, and everywhere you look, they are non-profit organization right across North America and Europe. They are ready to step in and to give Jamaica support.
Now, with how South Florida is coming together to help our neighbors in the Caribbean.
CBS News Miami's Abby Dodge joins us from outside the Global Empowerment Mission headquarters in Doral, where they've been getting donations ready to send to the island.
There are volunteers and employees here from sunup to sundown every day, making sure that the people of Jamaica get the essentials that they need in the coming days. And some of those volunteers have personal ties to the island. The assembly line of products at Jim can feel rudimentary. Water, canned goods, and rice, packaged and stacked, one on top of the other. But the people behind the packages have personal connections to the contents.
It's just a good thing to do for other people in the Caribbean, just to let them know that everybody is here helping out, pitching in of what we're doing right now, and just to let them know that they are not alone.
Moises Romain has family spread out across the Caribbean, including Jamaica.
I'm just waiting until I hear a phone call from them, so I just know that they're all right now.
Hurricane Melissa is the most powerful storm to hit Jamaica since record-keeping began. Jillian Kelly, who was born in Jamaica, says she was tired of hearing shocking statistics and seeing videos of the storm.
I couldn't watch the TV anymore. That was exactly it. I had to get out and do something.
It's better than being around my parents and having them all up in my ear. Yeah, this is it right here for me.
Moises and Jillian's nervous hands sprung into action at Jim, packing and stacking hundreds of boxes.
I feel good. I do. I feel good. And there's a lot more to be done, so I'll be back.
Tomorrow?
Probably.
And the day after?
Maybe.
Every day we are hearing of more organizations who are accepting supplies or monetary donations to help with the recovery effort. We have more information on how and where you can donate on CBSNewsMiami.com.
Yes, so that report is coming out of Miami, and Miami have a very, very large Caribbean community, and they are always ready and willing to assist whenever there's natural disaster anywhere in the Caribbean. So that's some good news coming out of Miami. They are getting things ready and just waiting for the airport to open for things to be shipped to Jamaica to help people that are really in need with non-perishable item especially. So the next one I'm going to take a look at is coming out of Toronto, Canada, and that is the Jamaican Canadian Association in Toronto, Canada.
At the Jamaican Canadian Community Centre in Toronto, so many at this gathering said they had relatives or loved ones in the path of the storm, unable to get in touch with some of them because of widespread phone and power outages.
I am worried. I didn't sleep last night. Didn't sleep last night, and maybe tonight again, you know, because we're just staying by the phone, just hoping and praying.
Lori Gardner tried to call her dad, but couldn't get through. He lives in Westmoreland, near to where the eye of the hurricane made landfall.
I'm a little concerned, like how I'm not hearing from him, but at the same time, I'm not worried.
Craig Wellington's been watching live streams from Jamaica, worried about the waterfront house he owns there, along with the well-being of his aunt and uncle and other family members.
It's just very difficult to be able to, in this position, and many Jamaicans are in this position where you don't know.
In response, the Jamaican Canadian Association is working with other groups, planning relief efforts, including a fundraiser. These volunteers said they'll likely be putting together supplies of food and clothing once the need is determined.
It's going to be a sad time, but we all had to pull together and work together and help do whatever we can do to help.
David Beattie is the association's president. He remembers going through Hurricane Gilbert, which struck Jamaica 4 decades ago.
We saw in Hurricane Gilbert, it took 6 months to get power back up across the country. We don't know how long it will take this time. We're hopefully not that long, but the point is it could take that much.
Still for now, everyone hoping for the best.
Yes, so that was the Jamaican Canadian Association in Toronto, Canada, and they have been doing some amazing work since 1962 in Toronto, Canada. Not only back in the Caribbean, whenever there's natural disaster, they're always mobilize a group of people to come together and to do fundraising and to send care packages anywhere in the Caribbean that it's needed. But they also do work here in Canada for like international students that are coming from the Caribbean that need assistance in Toronto, Canada. So the Jamaica Canadian Association, as I said, they do amazing work in Canada, and props to them. So that was the Jamaica Canadian Association. And up next, the United Kingdom. They met in Parliament and they were discussing what can they do to support Jamaica in the aftermath of this devastating hurricane. So the United Kingdom, they are ready to deploy and to help Jamaica to recover from this.
Foreign Secretary will be aware that Hurricane Melissa is of huge concern internationally to those who have friends and family on holiday in Jamaica and to those of us of Jamaican heritage here in Britain. Can she give an assurance in what will be the horrific aftermath of Melissa that we will give every possible help and support to the people of Jamaica?
I agree with my right honourable friend and the Mother of the House on this. There are 50,000 dual nationals who live in Jamaica, up to 8,000 British citizens who may be travelling there or on holiday there. And we have very strong links between our communities, between the people of Jamaica and the people of Britain. That is why I spoke to the Jamaican Foreign Minister yesterday to offer our solidarity and support. I can tell her that we have not just rapid deployment of consular staff, we also have humanitarian support being pre-positioned in the Caribbean, and we have discussed this in the crisis centre this morning as to what we might be able to deploy on request from the Jamaican government, but we do stand ready to help.
And an organisation that arrived in Jamaica before the hurricane hit was the United Nations World Food Programme, and they got in Jamaica already and start putting things in place for the arrival of relief to Jamaica, and they are on the ground. As I said, they're on the ground already, and they're assessing what they need, and they are ready to go. So the United Nations, the World Food Programme, already in Jamaica.
Kingston, Jamaica, where we're anticipating the impact of Hurricane Melissa. You can already see the rain, the wind, and beginnings of Hurricane Melissa arriving in the country. WFP teams are on the ground. We're preparing to provide life-saving support to populations affected by this storm. Food, cash, emergency telecommunication support, and logistics assistance are our key priorities at this time, and we are standing up our response in anticipation of impact.
And some other news I saw coming out of America yesterday is that the NBA is getting involved, and Miami Heat, NBA team Miami Heat, that they donated $1 million to Jamaica to help with the rebuilding of Jamaica, to help with the relief program. So that is Miami Heat. They are getting involved, and I'm sure that this is just the tip of the iceberg. And as things unfold in Jamaica, as the search and rescue continue, I'm sure there are going to be a lot more organizations, non-profit, overseas and foreign governments that they are going to be stepping up to help Jamaica to recover from this devastating hurricane. And another organization from Toronto that they do a lot of good work in terms of coming in after the hurricane to make sure that Jamaicans are going to be drinking clean water, because after the hurricane the water system have been disrupted. So Global Medic from Canada, they are ready to go, and they are one of the non-profit that is waiting for the airport to open so that they can provide solar lamp for Jamaicans. They can provide a filtration system, personal filtration system, that each person can filter their own water so they're not drinking dirty water because of the water system disrupted in Jamaica. So Global Medic, they are ready to go in Jamaica.
The organization is mobilizing to help. Rahul Singh with Global Medic, who joins us live to discuss how they are stepping up. Always great to chat with you, Rahul. Let's talk about what you guys are doing to assist in this what is most definitely going to be a devastating impact to Jamaica.
Yeah, actually, I'm standing in New Hamburg at the Argo factory. You can see these rescue units in behind me. We've been developing this new capacity to use these units that come into flooding. So it's kind of timely that we're talking about the potential impact in Jamaica because of the flooding. We've got 6 packages of aid that we're prepared to offer and help to Jamaica. We've already made the first 3 offerings. So the first one's to deploy in with teams with water purification systems to install into like schools where people would seek shelter, or feeding kitchens, or clinics, or hospitals, to restore immediately access to clean drinking water. Get a drone program we're going to spin up as well to kind of make maps and kind of do comprehensive damage assessments to help them. And then, of course, our family emergency kits, where we literally put thousands out and then hand them to families so that they can purify water in their homes, and then moms have access to clean drinking water. Those are the first 3 offers of aid that we've made so far.
I remember from all of my conversations with you pretty much over the last 2 decades is that, one of the things that Global Medic does is try to get the right aid to the right people at the right time. In comparison to some other natural disasters that you guys have attended to, like Haiti, how does this one differ, especially when it comes to the landscape? What do you expect to be the biggest challenge?
Well, as you said, look, we're a pretty seasoned team. We've run almost 300 offs. We've worked in 90 countries. We've helped about 6.2 million people. So those are some pretty good numbers. It means we have a lot of experience at doing this. This is not the first hurricane we've responded to. This is not even the first time that we've worked in Jamaica. You remember last year, we had the same aid packages in. Our teams were installing these water units and then giving them out to families as well. So we're pretty seasoned, and we understand what we're facing. Here's what we know we're going to get in a bit of trouble with. Because where the storm is, we know typically one of the airports, the bigger airports in low-lying areas, so even if the airport withstands the hit, the towns around it might be flooded. So if we put aid into there, we might not be able to get that aid out immediately. Whereas we're hoping Mobay's airport won't be as badly impacted and it'll have better infrastructure on the roads around it to land that aid in and then get it out to folks. But we're not going to know until the storm passes. What we've done is we've prepped all the kits so that we're able to respond, come in quick, be agile, be mobile, and then be able to install those units to get people clean drinking water right away. Because let's face it, you can only go a couple of days without clean drinking water. And then we spin up the rest of the teams and come in. And look, if it's a bad storm, we'll offer field hospitals in, we'll offer food programming in. We'll do our best to be there for the people of Jamaica like we have in the past.
Rahul, for anyone who's watching here at home, how can they help? How can they contribute?
Listen, for anyone watching at home, there's 3 ways you can help us. One, a financial donation. We'll turn it literally into material aid on the ground. So, for $25, you can create one of those family emergency kits that has a solar light, it has a hygiene kit, and it has that point of use water purification unit, which will make sure that mom has clean drinking water for a year for her kids. Second way to help is to actually come in and help us by volunteering to pack the 8 kits, because people come in and volunteer. We actually lower the price point because we're not paying a company to do it, which means we can help more people with the same money that we do. And then third way is just share what we're doing across your network, because maybe your friends can give money or give their time to help. But look, we need to be ready to respond into Jamaica because this is a big storm. This is the biggest storm of the year. It's slow moving. Jamaica's had a lot of rain already in October. They call it the October rain. So the ground's pretty saturated, which will lead to increased flooding. Flooding is massive damage and its impact on the farmers. And then the wind, we worry about, how many roofs will be gone, how many homes will be impacted. So it's that double impact. But we're on standby. We're needed. We're going to go and we're going to help.
So those were just a few news coming out that help is on the way to Jamaica. That yes, Jamaica is going to recover from this. And Jamaicans, we are resilient people. And we know that a lot of stuff was lost in Jamaica, but we can always rebuild. And I'm happy to see that there's so many people around the world that is willing to help Jamaicans to recover. And this is a good feeling, because the type of world that we're living in now, where it's like every man for themselves, to see people stepping up and donating items and volunteering so that they can help Jamaica recover. This is a good feeling. And one of the things, when I just started Carib 21 Network, my main focus was, Caribbean people coming together, not only in the Caribbean, but in the diaspora. And this is the power of the diaspora. I know a lot of times we do a lot of story and we talk about like brain drain, especially for Jamaica. Jamaica have like a massive brain drain. But this is the flip side of it, that the people that leave Jamaica, when they go to Canada, when they go to America, to the United Kingdom, and they find themselves in some real good position, they are able to help Jamaicans in times of crisis. And this is the flip side of that we're seeing now. The diaspora is stepping up, not just the Jamaican diaspora, but the Caribbean diaspora, helping Jamaica to recover from this devastation. So guys, sound off in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts on this one. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing content. And remember, peace. I'm out.